Picture this, Browns fans, a story so wild it's got loyalty, ambition, and a hefty dose of backstabbing, all playing out in one of the NFL's fiercest rivalries. The Cleveland Browns versus Pittsburgh Steelers feud is already legendary, but this offseason, it's like someone poured gasoline on a bonfire and handed out marshmallows. Former Browns safety Juan Thornhill, now rocking the black and gold of our sworn enemies in Pittsburgh, didn't just swap jerseys. He lit a fuse that's threatening to blow the roof off the AFC North. This ain't just a roster move, it's a personal challenge, a middle finger to the city that once called him family. So let's unpack this drama, from Thornhill's trash talk to Shedeur Sanders' rise and the emotional gut punch of Nick Chubb's farewell. Cleveland, this is our moment. Let's dive in. Let's start with the spark that's got everyone buzzing. Juan Thornhill. This guy, who used to bleed orange and brown, had the audacity to say, "Cleveland's got to see me twice a year." That's not just a casual comment. That's a straight-up declaration of war. Thornhill's not strolling into Pittsburgh to blend in. He's strapping on his helmet, locking eyes across the field, and aiming to take down the very franchise that gave him his shot. This isn't your run-of the mill rivalry talk. This is personal. Thornhill's exit from Cleveland was anything but smooth. Injuries derailed what should have been his glory days with the Browns, and when the team cut him loose with a year left on his contract, you could feel the tension from the shores of Lake Erie to the parking lots of First Energy Stadium. Those quiet grumbles of frustration, they've erupted into a full-on blaze of resentment aimed right at Cleveland. Let's talk numbers, because Thornhill's no scrub. This dude's played 87 NFL games, won 2 Super Bowl rings with Kansas City, and racked up 337 tackles, 8 interceptions, and 24 passes defended. He's a proven playmaker, not some bench warmer. Even with Minkah Fitzpatrick holding down the starting safety spot in Pittsburgh, Thornhill's not there to collect a paycheck. He's got a vendetta, and his crosshairs are locked on the Browns. Every time he steps on the field against us, you know he's bringing extra juice, ready to make Cleveland regret letting him walk. Dog pound, this one's gonna hurt, but it's also gonna fire us up. While Pittsburgh's out here playing the villain, Cleveland's cooking up a redemption story that's got the whole city buzzing. Enter Shedeur Sanders, and let me tell you, this kid's not here to ride the bench. The energy coming out of Brown's camp is straight up electric. Think tailgate vibes on steroids. Shedeur's got the poise of a grizzled vet and the hunger of a rookie fighting for his shot. Every snap, every throw, every decision he makes screams franchise quarterback. He's not just playing the part, he's owning the stage, moving like he was born to lead an NFL offense. Coaches are taking notes, teammates are rallying behind him, and the quarterback competition, it's wide open, folks. Yeah, he's Deion Sanders' son, but Shedeur's not coasting on his dad's name. He's carving out his own legend. The dog pound's starving for a new hero, and Shedeur's delivering in spades. Let's break down the numbers. 77% completion rate in practice, 9 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That's not just good, that's surgical. Training camp's a chaotic mess, rotating receivers, shifting playbooks, unpredictable scripts, but Shedeur's out here dropping dimes like he's been in the league for a decade. Red zone lasers, 30-yard bombs, touch passes that float over defenders. He's reading defenses, going through progressions, and placing the ball with elite precision. Compare that to Dillon Gabriel, who's hovering in the high 50s with 3 picks, or Kenny Pickett, who's playing it safe, or Joe Flacco, who crumbles when the pocket does. Statistically, Shedeur Sanders is the best quarterback on the field right now. So why's the depth chart still playing games? Here's the million-dollar question: if Shedeur didn't have the last name Sanders, would he already be QB1? The tape screams yes. The stats back it up. Even Kevin Stefanski can't stop gushing about him. But the front office is tiptoeing, sticking with safety. Options like Flacco and Pickett. Flacco's a hero, don't get me wrong. Last season, he dragged a broken team to the playoffs, giving us hope when we were down and out. Cutting him feels like a punch to the gut, but the NFL's a business. Pickett, that trade's looking like a head-scratcher. He came from Philly with no ring, and the Browns gave up draft capital for him. Front offices hate admitting mistakes, so they're riding it out. Then there's Gabriel, the scouting department's golden boy, drafted 2 rounds before Shedeur. Letting him flop early would mean some tough conversations in Berea. But Shedeur, he's the disruptor, the wild card, the spark Cleveland didn't see coming. Every rep he gets with the starters, especially after lighting up OTAs, makes the safe narrative crumble. If he keeps this up, someone's getting traded or cut. Word on the street is Pickett's name is floating around Indy and New Orleans, and Flacco's on a few shortlists as a bridge QB. If either moves before week 1, you'll know exactly who forced that decision. Merit always rises, and Shedeur's building a case that's impossible to ignore. Every 77% practice day, every pinpoint throw, every viral clip from Berea is pushing him closer to the throne. The league's dragging its feet, but the truth, it's coming, and when it hits, it's gonna burn through every excuse. I saw something the other day that stuck with me: Flacco and Shedeur, side by side, veteran and rookie, mentor and student. Flacco's spinning war stories, Shedeur's soaking it all in. On the surface, it's wholesome. Coaches eat that stuff up. But dig deeper and there's a clash of eras. Flacco's old school NFL keep your head down, stay out of the spotlight, grind in silence. He even jabbed at Shedeur for dancing on camera, saying, "Adults have fun in private." Translation: act like me if you want respect. But Shedeur, he's the new NFL, streaming, engaging with fans, building a brand. His generation watched Patrick Mahomes win rings and drop TikToks. Authenticity isn't a bonus, it's the baseline. Put those two mindsets in the same QB room, and you're bound to get some friction. Not loud, but real. Browns fans, this isn't just hype. This is a changing of the guard. Shedeur doesn't just want to wear a Browns jersey. He wants to win. Right here, in front of a fan base that lives and breathes loyalty. Speaking of loyalty, let's talk about the soul of Cleveland, Nick Chubb. When he signed a $2.5 million deal with the Houston Texans, it felt like someone ripped our hearts out. "Cleveland, you didn't just embrace me, you became family," he wrote. That wasn't just a farewell, it was a love letter to every fan who's ever tailgated in the Muni lot, screamed their lungs out at First Energy, or worn out their Chubb jersey. This man carried defenders in our dreams, never once complaining, always giving everything for this city. But the NFL is a cold business. With rising stars like Jerome Ford and the 2025 draft bringing new talent, the Browns had to make a brutal call. Chubb's final words: "Until we meet again, hit like a promise. One last run in brown and orange. It feels like destiny, dog pound." While we're still wiping tears over Chubb, the Browns' defense is quietly turning into a juggernaut. Myles Garrett, our gladiator, shut down trade rumors and recommitted for 4 more years at $160 million. That's not just a signature, it's a vow to finish what he started. Add in 5th overall pick Mason Graham, a rookie who's already collapsing pockets and demanding double teams, and veteran Malik Collins, a technician who's all about disruption. Collins won't grab headlines, but he's the kind of grinder who makes quarterbacks rethink their life choices. In Kevin Stefanski's ball control system, a defense that forces quick punts is pure gold, and this D-line's built to terrorize the AFC. Then there's Denzel Ward, our 4-time Pro Bowler who's still locking down elite receivers like Jamar Chase and Stephen Diggs with surgical precision. In 2024, he notched 49 tackles, 2 picks, and led the league with 19 pass breakups. At 27, he's in his prime. Locked in through 2027 on a $105 million deal, the highest paid corner when he signed in 2022 with over $71 million guaranteed. But with Deshaun Watson's $230 million contract eating up cap space and Garrett's massive extension, Ward's name is floating in trade talks. Bleacher Report's Gary Davenport proposed a mock trade that's got fans split Ward and a 6th-round pick to the Vikings for the 24th overall pick in 2025. Minnesota's pass defense was 28th last year, and Ward would be a game-changer for Brian Flores' man-to-man scheme. For Cleveland, that pick could land a franchise QB like Cam Ward or a stud left tackle. But let's be real, trading Ward isn't just business. It's like trading a piece of Cleveland's soul. From his game-saving breakup against Baltimore in 2021 to shutting down Chase in that 41-16 Bengals beatdown, Ward's highlight reel is dog pound gospel. Let's not sugarcoat it. 2024 was a dumpster fire. The Browns went 3-14, dead last in the AFC North, a brutal fall from our 11-6 playoff run in 2023. Back then, our defense was a brick wall, leading the league at 270.2 yards per game with Ward, Greg Newsome at 2, and Martin Emerson Jr. forming a nightmare secondary. But last season, the defense tanked to 19th, giving up 342.1 yards per game. The offense was a mess, QB instability, injuries, no playmakers. Now, with the 2nd overall pick in 2025, GM Andrew Berry's at a crossroads. The cap crunch is real, Watson's contract is a runaway train, and Garrett's deal isn't cheap. Trading Ward could free up millions and net a premium pick, especially with Newsome and Emerson still on rookie deals. But at what cost to the team's identity? This isn't a rebuild, dog pound. It's a resurgence. Shedeur Sanders is sparking a QB battle that's got the locker room buzzing. The defense is turning into a monster, with Garrett Graham and Collins ready to wreak havoc. The city's holding its breath, and this team's not just talented, they're pissed off. The disrespect of letting Thornhill walk, the doubts about Shedeur's readiness, the cold decision to move on from Chubb, it's all fuel. You can feel it in every insider tweet, every practice clip, every whisper from Beria. This isn't just another season, it's a reckoning. Cleveland's ready to remind the NFL who we are. So, what's the vibe, Browns fans? Is Thornhill's trash talk just noise? Or is it time to show him what Cleveland's made of? Is Shedeur Sanders the future? Should we bring Chubb back for one last ride? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's hear that dog pound roar. What excites you most about 2025? If you're loving this deep dive emotional storytelling, hit that like button, subscribe, and share with your fellow Browns fans. This season's just getting started, and trust me, you don't want to miss a single second. Go Browns!